Welcome back. In today's discussion, we're taking a deep dive into the Internet Computer Protocol, or ICP, examining its price movements, market trends, and the broader implications for the ecosystem as it faces critical junctures. For those of you who have been following ICP since its inception, you'll recall that expectations were high, with visions of a fully decentralized computing network capable of challenging traditional cloud services. Yet, over the years, the token has faced a persistent downward trajectory, leaving many early adopters waiting for a trend reversal that has yet to materialize. In this analysis, we'll explore why ICP has been gradually falling out of the top 50 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization, despite the growing prominence of AI narratives and ICP's strategic positioning within that space. We will also analyze the underlying market signals, whale activity, ecosystem dynamics, and the upcoming launch of Caffeine AI, which has been positioned as the platform's flagship AI tool. Our goal today is to understand whether the current downtrend reflects a temporary end-of-cycle correction for the crypto market as a whole, or if it signals deeper structural challenges within the ICP ecosystem. By the end of this video, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of the dynamics at play, including market sentiment, investor behavior, and potential paths forward for ICP. Let's get started. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a professional before making any investment decisions. Since its launch, ICP has experienced extreme volatility. Early investors witnessed an astonishing rise in the token's value during the initial hype period, followed by a precipitous decline from highs near $700 down to single-digit levels. Over the years, the token has essentially round-tripped to a price point hovering around $4, even after the much-anticipated alpha and beta releases of Caffeine AI. Caffeine AI has been marketed as a breakthrough in AI-driven development, promising the ability to code, deploy decentralized applications, and host websites directly on the Internet Computer Network. The platform aims to empower developers with large language model capabilities tailored to blockchain deployment. On paper, this is an ambitious and potentially transformative initiative. However, historical price data following the alpha and beta releases indicates that these technological milestones have not translated into upward momentum for ICP. As we approach the public launch of Caffeine AI in mid-October 2025, expectations are high, but the data suggests caution. Market participants seem to be hesitant, and the token's performance reflects broader uncertainty regarding adoption, usability, and real-world impact. A critical lens through which to view ICP's market performance is the activity of large holders, commonly referred to as whales. Recent reports indicate that at the end of September 2025, ICP transfer volumes reached their highest levels in 6 months, with roughly 1.8 million ICP withdrawn from exchanges. At first glance, this could be interpreted as bullish, signaling strong accumulation by knowledgeable investors. However, when analyzed alongside other metrics, a more nuanced picture emerges. While whale wallets are increasing and exchange balances are dropping, the total number of meaningful wallets is declining. This suggests that while some participants are accumulating ICP, retail investors may be exiting their positions due to fear or skepticism. This behavior is consistent with historical patterns observed across crypto markets, where retail sentiment is often reactive rather than proactive. From a professional perspective, these patterns indicate that the market is absorbing supply rather than generating organic demand. Whale accumulation can be interpreted as strategic positioning for the long term, but it does not necessarily correlate with immediate price appreciation. In fact, the price has continued to decline despite this accumulation, highlighting the disconnect between market mechanics and retail perception. Central to the ICP narrative in 2025 is the launch of Caffeine AI. Dominic Williams and the Definity Foundation have clearly positioned this as the ecosystem's most significant initiative, with the hope that AI-powered self-writing applications could redefine how software is created, deployed, and maintained on blockchain networks. However, the question that many investors and analysts are asking is whether this singular focus is sustainable. While Caffeine AI may indeed represent a revolutionary tool for developers, it remains untested at scale, with adoption metrics still uncertain. Additionally, there is concern that concentrating all efforts on a single initiative exposes the ICP ecosystem to considerable risk. Should Caffeine AI fail to attract sufficient developers, institutional partnerships, or end users, the repercussions for ICP's market value could be severe. Industry experts have highlighted that a balanced strategy is essential. While Caffeine AI may serve as a powerful anchor, ICP's long-term viability will also depend on strengthening its DeFi offerings, cross-chain interoperability, and broader ecosystem engagement. Focusing narrowly on one product is analogous to putting all investment capital into a single high-risk asset. The potential upside is significant, but so is the downside. Beyond market prices, on-chain data provides valuable insight into investor behavior. Analysis of staking and neuron activity indicates that long-term ICP holders are increasingly locking up tokens for extended periods, in some cases for 8 years. While this demonstrates confidence in the protocol's underlying technology, it also highlights a key challenge. These holders are largely passive. Without active participation in governance, development, or adoption, the locked ICP does not contribute to the ecosystem's immediate growth. Additionally, public sentiment reflects a mixture of optimism and frustration. Some investors have unrealized losses exceeding 6 figures, indicating that early investments have yet to yield positive returns. The combination of retail capitulation, concentrated whale accumulation, and cautious institutional engagement paints a complex picture of ICP's current trajectory. From an analytical standpoint, the ecosystem is at a crossroads. If Caffeine AI gains traction, adoption could drive network effects, increasing token utility and market valuation. Conversely, if adoption falls short, the ecosystem may struggle to maintain relevance in an increasingly competitive AI and blockchain landscape. It's also important to contextualize ICP's performance within the broader cryptocurrency market. Historically, crypto bull cycles peak approximately 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. By the end of 2025, we are entering what many analysts consider the latter stages of the current bull cycle. Global economic instability, geopolitical conflict, and inflationary pressures further complicate market conditions. AI narratives continue to attract interest, but the ability to monetize AI applications remains uncertain. ICP is competing not only with other blockchain platforms, but also with non-blockchain AI projects, cloud providers, and developer tools. The level of adoption and institutional buy-in will be critical factors in determining whether ICP can break out of its long-term downtrend. For professional investors, the ICP case underscores the importance of diversification and active engagement. Concentrating all resources in a single asset, even one with groundbreaking technology, exposes investors to elevated risk. As we have seen with other projects, including Bitcoin mining operations and altcoins, failure to pivot or expand beyond a single strategy can result in significant losses during market downturns. ICP presents potential for long-term value creation, but only if stakeholders, both DFINITY and the wider community, actively contribute to building, deploying, and adopting applications beyond Caffeine AI. Passive holding or speculative waiting is unlikely to generate the type of returns that early investors experienced in prior cycles. Looking ahead, several scenarios could play out. One optimistic outcome: Caffeine AI achieves strong adoption, attracting developers and institutional partners. Network activity increases, new dApps are deployed, and ICP's price stabilizes and begins a sustainable uptrend. 2. Neutral outcome: Caffeine AI gains limited traction, with modest adoption among developers. ICP remains relatively stagnant, with price fluctuations but no sustained recovery. 3. Pessimistic outcome: adoption of Caffeine AI falls short of expectations, broader ecosystem development stalls, and retail investors continue to exit positions. In this scenario, ICP's market value could decline further, potentially moving well below current levels despite the protocol's underlying technological potential. From an analytical perspective, the trajectory of ICP will largely depend on adoption metrics and the engagement of stakeholders within the ecosystem. Strategic diversification, active participation, and a balanced focus on multiple initiatives beyond Caffeine AI will be critical for mitigating risk. In summary, ICP is at a pivotal moment. The ecosystem's current focus on Caffeine AI represents both its greatest opportunity and its largest risk. On-chain data, whale activity, and market sentiment indicate that while large holders are accumulating, retail investors are increasingly cautious, contributing to a persistent downtrend in token price. From a professional standpoint, the key takeaway is that relying on a single product or narrative for value creation is inherently risky. While Caffeine AI may indeed be transformative, sustainable growth will require broad participation, active ecosystem development, and diversified adoption strategies. The upcoming months will be decisive for ICP, as the public launch of Caffeine AI provides a critical test of whether the network can achieve mainstream relevance. For investors, the lesson is clear. Evaluate both the technological promise and the broader ecosystem dynamics. Consider risk management, portfolio diversification, and long-term engagement as essential components of a strategic approach to ICP and other high-risk crypto assets. Ultimately, ICP's future will depend not just on the launch of Caffeine AI, but on the collective efforts of developers, holders, and institutional partners to build a resilient, diversified, and widely adopted ecosystem. Time is indeed ticking, and the next several months will define whether ICP emerges as a pioneering platform in the AI and blockchain space or remains a cautionary tale of concentrated risk and unmet expectations. So, what do you think about ICP's current position? Are you bullish on its growth in AI and DeFi? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay cautious, and I'll catch you in the next one.